everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm with 9Health, and today we're talking about going over your 9Health fair results. So if you've gone to a health fair recently in the last month or so, you're likely starting to get results. If you went last weekend, you might not have those yet, but they will be coming soon. And I'm here with Stacy and Kim, co-directors of our health and wellness team, our nurses on staff, and they can answer any questions that you have. If you have a question about a particular result you want to ask on Facebook Live, you can go ahead and ask that. But we're also just going to talk about what the results look like. We have an example to show you, and let's just kind of go over that. Stacy, if you want to start, just show us this result and what's on it.
So this is what your results will look like.
And this
you
is if
receive
you've gotten
them in the mail.
blood chemistry.
Blood chemistry and other results are in this format. This is what the mailed version looks like, and then online there's a PDF version of this. And one of the easiest ways to look at this is any items that are bolded, that are in a bolded color and have an H or an L next to them, that would indicate that that value is out of range. And then if you look to the very far right of the page, there's a column that is reference range, and that is set for your gender and your age, so you can determine, you can look and see how far out of normal your range is.
Anything to add to that, Kim?
No, great job.
And so, Kim, talk about, you guys and a lot of our volunteers have been making what's called an alert call. So if something is out of range, you might make a call for that. What are some of the things you're making calls on, and how far out of range would someone have to be to get a call?
Well, we have critical alert levels that we have set by Quest Diagnostics sets the critical levels, and our medical advisory committee sets our alert levels. So if something is caught to be an alert level, you'll get a call within 24 to 72 hours, usually more around the 24 to 36 hour range. And we'll make 3 attempts to call you, because that value that is other range, either too high or too low, is important for you to know sooner rather than later, so you can address it with your physician. But there's no reason to panic if we call you. We're calling to give you information and to provide you with a little bit of education as to why you should follow up.
And I've heard, I sit next to you guys, I hear you guys making the calls, I hear some of the questions you have to answer, I guess, and I've gotten some of these questions as well. So someone might get a call, but then they want to know the rest of their results. Explain why you may or may not have the rest of their full results.
Sure. So when we get the alert values that we are going to call on, it's typically a preliminary report. Okay. So we just get the values that we are alerted to call on. Like, for example, we would call anybody with a cholesterol level greater than 500. Or actually I think it's 300.
300.
Sorry about that.
A1C 9.
Yeah.
And what should those be? Just for those
so your cholesterol, your total cholesterol should be less than 200.
And you can find that on your report,
and
your reference range.
The value that Kim just said, the A1C, which is a diabetes screening, should be less than 5.7.
And we'll call you if it's 9 or greater to let you know. We wish we could call everyone who has an out of normal range, but we cannot do that based on our limited resources. And we've probably had about 1,700 hours of nurse volunteers come in and make these calls with us. So we will make 3 attempts to call you, but again, don't panic. If we do call you, just call us back. And if we don't reach you, we'll send you a letter with your preliminary report and a letter from us on how to move forward.
And how quickly do people receive results? I know we had a ton of fairs last weekend, so I know it's different depending on how they registered.
Sure. So if they register at the site, they'll receive, we say, up to 3 to 4 weeks. Now that the health fairs are slowing down, they'll probably receive those in about 2 weeks or so. If they register online, they'll get the results within 7 to 10 business days. You'll get an email saying they're available, and you can log into your account and retrieve those results.
Great. And one of you can help explain this, but on our website there's also a page that kind of helps with FAQs on reading your results, and you can click on specific tests and see those questions about those results. So if you go to 9healthfair.org and let's go back to this main page so I can show you where I went. And you hover over 9Health Fair, you can click on interpreting my results. And then tell me where on this page.
So if you scroll down to the middle of the page, right there, it says, do you still have questions about your results? And you can click on specific screenings.
Okay.
Right there.
Maybe. There it goes.
And then click on, if you received the blood chemistry panel, you can click on that. And it gives a nice, scroll down a little bit. It gives a nice little description of each of the tests that are located within that chemistry screening.
And kind of just, if it is like for cholesterol, if it's higher, you're at risk of developing cardiac disease or having a cardiac event, that's a higher risk. So it gives you a little
Just a little synopsis
Description.
of what they are. And if anybody has questions about their results or how to read them, they are welcome to call the nurse line. And shall I give that
You
nurse
can
line
give
to
that
them?
nurse
Okay,
line
so
number.
that
Again,
number.
only questions about results.
Yes.
Yes,
That
please.
number is 303-996-2137. Or if you just call the main 9Health Fair office, they'll transfer that call up to the nurse line. We're happy to talk to people about the results because we understand that this is more in a format that's a little bit difficult to understand. So sometimes it's helpful to have somebody walk you through it.
Some of the columns kind of merge together when things
Yeah.
get really longer,
Yes.
and it's hard to
Yes.
kind of decipher sometimes. But and then the main 9Health Fair number is 303-698-4455, or go to 9healthfair.org and you can answer any other questions as well. I did want to say that there are 3 more fairs this week, and they're this weekend. There's 2 in Fort Collins, 1 in Thornton, and you can go to 9healthfair.org and see exactly where those are. But that's it for the spring season, so we are wrapping stuff up, and then those people that attend those fairs will get their results after that. And you can call us if you have any questions on that. Are there any questions on Facebook Live from anyone about results?
I do want to say one thing. If you receive your results and you have out of range values, or you've talked to one of the nurses and you don't have insurance and need some resources, we also have resources that we can provide for low cost sliding scale clinics for folks that are uninsured or underinsured. If you do have insurance and you do not have a healthcare provider, we suggest that you go through your insurance to identify a healthcare provider that you can go to so that you receive in-network coverage for that.
And I would just want to add one more thing. Talking to us does not count as your annual follow-up. You really need to talk to your healthcare provider. We encourage everyone to do that. So.
Because you guys aren't giving off diagnostic information.
No.
It's pretty general information.
Yeah.
Just
And who knows you better than your healthcare provider and can put the puzzle pieces together for you.
all right. Well, if there's not any questions, I think we're done. If you guys don't have anything else to say,
I don't think so.
if you do have questions, just post them in the comments, and we will get those answered for you later.
We have to go make calls.
Yes, you guys are busy.
Yes.